Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero. Welcome back to Danganronpa. Previously in Danganronpa, Sakura was murdered, and after we did some investigating, we're now off to the next trial. This video is partially sponsored by Mod Mic, a great mic to add to your headphones. See me try them out in the link below. Now on to Danganronpa. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist emoji face. A locked room murder mystery emoji face. What the? Oh, I've recently just discovered the power of emoticons. Now how do you get them to work in the real world? Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? That actually is kind of sad. He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. These aren't Japanese emojis. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. It feels a little more personal with the murders, when the cast is this small now. That person is here. That person is one of us. So like I said, I think it's one of these two. I don't think it's you. This would be like the big twist one, and obviously it's not Kyoko. If it's you, it's because they want to save you for the finale, and I think you're going to be the final person to die, to be honest. And if you're the murderer, then it's kind of they're knocking you out of the story, and you're going to be the next one to be murdered. That's why I see that. So you two are death-like. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. They seem to be kind of repeating the same thing they were saying earlier.
What the heck?
Yeah, really. Kyoko,
Hey.
we cool now? No. Not really. Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through with this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. Kyoko's character design stands out in this art style a lot, if you notice. The elevator lowered under its all too familiar clunky sounds. Forever her color contrast. It fell lower and lower. And then suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. Why are we Egyptian now, Teddy? You see that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less class meet again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the court curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Said my skills. Now I gained vocabulary. That's actually a pretty good skill. I don't really have many skills, do I? Well, everyone's been dying. Some probably have 2 skills. I already looked over the evidence earlier, so...
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
Time for someone to scream out.
We already know who did it.
You again.
Whoa, deja vu.
I was just about to say that.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Byakuya's account, Toko's account. Be Toko's.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you
I forgot my
all had a
controls again.
motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Nope, that's not. Counteract.
Shoot!
It was one of
I should
you.
just watch to see if there's
You
anything in the
killed
funnel.
Because you all
Oh,
had
I see
motive.
what happened. I
You
put the
hated
wrong
her.
thing on there.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
I selected the wrong bullet. But it was the right thing, technically. For what I had in
Another
mind.
reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Well, we're really going at the arguments, aren't we? Footprints in the power stats of Sakura's body and pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Shazam!
No, it's wrong.
There might be a twist to
Hiro,
this.
when we were
Trial.
talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
I want to see what his defense is on this. This was gonna shift my decision.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
Yeah. She eats too many sweets.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
Why would you hide it unless you think you're getting framed again twice in a row?
When? When did she give it to you?
the last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Don't give him evidence.
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is, when Sakura got the candy, Hiro got the candy from Hina.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro.
Because she gave it after that incident.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Hiro, come on, man. You're not that obvious, are you?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
Man, you just cooked your goose so damn hard.
I'm talking about her shining message!
You don't even know. You weren't even in the room to investigate. What would the shining message even be? Because remember, Toko and Hiro were kicked out of the room. They wouldn't have seen it.
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
You tried to emulate and you failed.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You get framed a lot.
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. Well, when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Because you have to go around the body.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. Make your argument.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
This might be a...
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
And this might be one of these where I have to take the message thing.
I can tell you exactly when I found
Let's try
the
it.
dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, I didn't do it right. I'm embarrassing myself. I'm dying.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
Pop it,
message.
trash.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I
So that's the only
pulled it
other thing
out,
I can use
I
against
saw
him.
her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
So would it be...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
No.
message.
It'd be status, or it'd be what Kyoko said
I
earlier.
can tell you when it was only after the I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
Dang it.
I saw.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go. Yeah, it was that one. Break.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because it makes you awfully suspicious, like you wrote the message yourself, you bastard.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Pretty much.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Let's bring out the lack of blood in the fingerprints.
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
You're sloppy. Without a doubt. No, I do absolutely doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. The moment of truth. No, I forgot how to play this
Show me
game
the
again.
proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Come on.
The end is nigh.
No!
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Come on.
The
You
occult
got this?
is bullcrap.
It's fever time.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Damn, you go down really easy.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Maybe just matching getting better at this.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah.
You're bad at this.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Wait. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? Might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
You idiot.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening.
Did absolutely nothing.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught
Wait.
and executed.
There might be a twist to this. A twist where you didn't realize.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
God, what was the twist? You think you murdered her, but you didn't. The poison was what did it in.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
But then it would be... Byakuya? Or Hina? No, Oi.
Well,
What's her full name?
that's what
Oihina?
happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yeah, Bala wouldn't do Hero in.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hero does then that makes sense? Why the magazine was hidden, why he didn't use Sakura's finger, why he picked Toko. I mean, I know why he didn't do that, but weird. This one actually kind of stumps me.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Someone hiding in the locker.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
Was it some girl?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written on it. There's only one choice.
I got it!
Toko, did you do
It
this?
had to be Toko, right?
God, this thing's convoluted.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right?
No. This glass wouldn't.
Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Is this the time I finally get to grill you?
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
And Hiro dies next time.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Kyoko's examination summary, magazine dying message, Monokuma File 4.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And
Then the second ball was
she
hit.
went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Well, it's Sakura's sure, but this doesn't end there.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I
Stats
grabbed
of
a
Sakura's
Monokuma
body.
bottle from the shelf nearby,
As you know, Kyoko's
and I hit
examination
Ogre from
summary.
behind before she could do anything.
So look at the... I think this is the one. Yeah, 2 blows to the head.
And you only hit her once. Is that...
Yeah, just once.
No! What's wrong? If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Toko.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something
Monokuma bottles,
very
see.
suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
You're missing the queen piece also.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be... What if it's a double twist? Where Byakuya is the one who planned the murder? So technically he's the murderer by their standards? Yes. Then technically we need an E. Dang it! There we go. Chess piece. In my eye. Exactly what I needed. Shazam.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces.
I think Monokuma did say that it's the one who plans the murder. It's technically the one who does it, not necessarily the one who does the killing.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
So then it's either Toko, or then if you take a step further and there's another twist within the twist, that's
And
Byakuya
the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
setting up Hiro and Toko for a double fall.
the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean.
Is this gonna be a curse where whenever I try to talk to someone, they like end up dying?
Let's say a bottle did go missing.
I'm so cursed with that.
There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
At least I got like a, I don't know, skill out of
No.
here.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
What's in your room?
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, and the ball was missing.
I got it!
It was excited? What?
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
When you weigh the pieces and stuff.
And what is this evidence?
I was mentioning earlier. Alright, here we go.
I got it!
Back up to
Earlier,
full health.
Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's first attacker. Right? No. Maybe the second one? No, since Sakura was... Nope.
Shoot!
Other way around.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow.
Why would Sakura go limp right after the first one, though? Aside from poison.
Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
He just jigs soupy snacks. Occasionally he reacts and tries to murder people.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
So Toko was in the locker.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Because he's dumb.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You really got framed twice in a row.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. Would you like to hear more? Let's see. The proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Okay. Halfway for the... Oh my god, really? It's only half? No way. Moment of truth.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! Enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
Load them bullets. The fear of reloading.
Enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I
Let's go.
hate you. I curse you. No,
Wow.
no! Enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Final strike.
That's enough!
Lock her handprint.
This should prove it.
That's pretty easy, actually.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
See, if it's Toko who did it, then I think it's normal Toko, because Genocide Jack Toko has standards of killing.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, there might be more twists.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
There's more twists here.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first.
Oh man, it's gonna be a twist within a twist. Within a twist. M. Night Shyamalan is crying in his grave right now.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
He's dead on the inside.
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Wow, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Sakura's
there was
pissed.
Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
I didn't see any blood on Sakura's face.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Byakuya?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
This case is not over yet. There's another... Like, this is too soon.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
Then Hina or Byakuya?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, She must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
But then, is that Byakuya or Swim Girl?
Hey, come on. That's, you know.
Unless Yasuhiro comes back in and then murders Sakura.
But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one. We still have some clues, and it's all about the poison.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
Hina?
No, not quite yet.
Hina?
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
A twist within a twist!
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's off the chain, it's crazy in here. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is. Why would Hina? Maybe Hina felt betrayed. Let's see, examination, magazine dying message, mark come file 4.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Main problem here is... the second attack from Toko really was the killing blow.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me!
Stats of Sakura's
I
funny.
remember waking
See, there's no blood on the head, though. Let's try this
You were
one.
taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
No. So Ogre was covered in blood.
I was
Maybe all these
just
bullets are
sleeping
bad?
peacefully,
No.
and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me! I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
It could be Monokuma file 4.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
So the contradictions we can make it in front of the shelf.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me! I remember waking up right in front of the...
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No,
Break.
it's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack from the magazine shelf.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No.
What?
Swim Girl?
Plus, The biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because the reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
It could be Hina, because Hina was the one that supposedly found the body.
And at that point, the locker was already open.
But what's the motivation, except for maybe a sense of betrayal?
So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
Both of you guys have been nearly framed twice or 3 times in a row now.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And Hina would know about the poisons in the room.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
We'd really be missing something so important. And I don't think Byakuya would go this far to incriminate himself. Hina, did you really do it? No, he's on bullets.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, I did that wrong. It's not contradiction.
Shoot! What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
It could also be the Monokuma file
There's
one.
no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it if it wasn't
So it's
from
Monokuma
Genocide
case file.
Jill's? Then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
Because the yellow powder is jumping the gun too soon. Well, the other one mentions the vomiting.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If you're the killer, this means the curse of where I talk to someone, and they're the killer or they're killed, ends tonight.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Hina?
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Are you gonna be turned into a human donut when you get executed?
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
I wonder if Hina actually intended to kill Sakura, or unintentionally killed Sakura.
Where'd you find it?
In a sense. Wrong poisoning target.
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C.
Then again, it looks like it was the protein shake.
In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Ball of poison Toko showed us. In section A.
I got it!
Was in the wrong
Poison
spot.
was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Okay. Byakuya put the poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. There's no poison in it at all. That's it if it was the most natural thing in the world. Byakuya was calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
You really are like the asshole rival to Detective Conan.
No! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the ball from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The ball of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? That means the yellow powder could be protein powder too? Hangman's Gambit. Once again. Protein. B and R. My N. Protein drink. Come on, give me the N. And then... Whoops, almost shot the wrong one. Give me another N. Give me the K.
Now I understand.
Complete.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Why don't they make it so convoluted? Why not just throw out the protein?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched.
Unless they really like protein.
So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
That's what I'm assuming. That's why the yellow powder was on the shoe. They actually went back up, took the protein drink, and came back.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
It has to be. No. 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 Yellow powder. Sakura? Nope. I thought that would link to the chem lab. I was wrong. You go real quick here. Footprints in the powder. Source of the powder. Maybe the footprints can be matched up.
I got it!
Yeah.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Those footprints are pretty big, though.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Damn, Hina has bigger feet than me.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The
Hina.
footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Why, Hina?
Just as I suspected.
Do you really feel that betrayed?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it.
This trial actually goes by faster if that's the case.
And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? Koto and Byakuya. Koto and Hina. That's why he had me check.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
You're kind of an ass, but you're good at this. I'll give you that.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
Well, that means I can grind out Toko's relationship meter.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did...
This was a pretty good trial.
Why? Why would you do that?
I wouldn't say necessarily it was hard, because they made everyone such an obvious suspect that I would just like go down the list of like who's left.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
A twist within a twist within a twist within a twist.
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
So was it Byakuya in the
A
end?
person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Because there was a couple of clues left we haven't gone over.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
Byakuya.
If I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
There's something odd about this case now. It's getting really weird.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Shut up, Byakuya. You're probably a murderer anyway. Or it's one of the earlier people who came back and finished the job.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
My only concern with Byakuya was that he knows so many mysteries that he would be very good at making the perfect closed room mystery. That's why I go back to my original theory of maybe it's a multi-layered thing,
Well,
and he's the true mastermind or killer.
right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
Wouldn't there be more footprints?
I see. Okay then, go on.
Is that what bothers me?
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them.
Because the footsteps only go to A.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
Well, why would she not defend herself if she's not the murderer here?
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
Maybe she didn't realize she left footprints, and maybe actually didn't.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
God, I wonder if Byakuya came in, spilled the stuff, used some sneakers, made footprints, and left.
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Wasn't there a talk about another student before, I remember? If they throw that kind of like angle, this could be a bit of a cheating game. How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Footprints in the powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped
I mean, it could be the
Okay,
Everringer
and then?
student. That could come up in the
I
last
moved
case
from
instead.
Section C to Section A.
Try that. Yep.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
There'd be no point.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
Why would she lie though? Unless she just has bad memory.
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Tastes like crushed dreams. It's so good.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass. That was from a shattered window.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it? Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. The rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
Because remember the can was moved.
Window?
The window
on
we
top of the
broke
glass.
to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
The rec room locker. The section C of the shelf, section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
So did Byakuya come in and like feed Sakura an extra ball of poison when no one was looking? The job's not done yet.
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
Byakuya did go back to the chem lab right away.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already
top of
know
the
she
glass.
was given the protein can with a poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
No.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Shut up, you're about to get executed. I've been meaning to do this for a long time.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
This is what you get for making edgy speeches before you die.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
So 3 people think they murdered the same person.
Oh, come on! How can can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason you can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Make your argument. Crush their dreams. Get someone killed.
When it comes to that protein can, there's
Swift
not a
powder.
doubt in my mind.
Came on the shelf.
Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible.
That's not
It had to
true.
have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Let me look at the clues real quick. Because one of these deals with that. Empty protein drink. This one right here.
There's not a doubt until, though, it absolute.
So you're someone planted it there?
No. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the...
Fire!
No, it's wrong.
Personal Dream Crusher.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
If it does turn out to be Byakuya, I'm gonna say I did call it, I just did not call it in this way.
We
Not
also
quite.
found pieces underneath the can.
I thought he just might have tampered with the... Well, technically it is tampering of the evidence. Just not in the way I thought he did.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
Just like glass.
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result,
Then why does Hino think she fed him a poisoned protein
the
can?
protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why.
Like someone said, it's actually more fun to figure out how it's done. And then...
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Is this just gonna be a suicide and no one gets executed?
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Sakura realized everyone hates her. Decided to kill herself.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
This is really convoluted. Do we have trials if someone commits suicide? The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. Has to have been... Sakura. See, that's what I thought. The yellow powder on the foot.
It was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
So my old theories are kind of like resurfacing a bit.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Are you just trying to protect Sakura's dignity at this point? No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. The moment of truth. Here we go again.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar!
Reloading.
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar!
This rush.
Wrong! You're wrong!
Do you understand this rush,
I
Snake?
hate you! You're a liar!
Couple down.
I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you!
Oh god. There we go.
You're a liar!
Oh boy.
What are you saying?
Just finish it off.
Wrong! You're wrong!
Gotta load the
Do
bullet.
you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Fire. Really?
This should prove it.
I thought I selected that, but I guess I didn't. I must have bad memory.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep.
Why would Hina try to take the fall, though? Except for maybe that's from dignity.
Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
But when I killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Can you really select dead people? Is this gonna be the first? The suicides are legit in this, I guess.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What?
I guess this is how we keep the cast full for like more trials.
Killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it.
See, I didn't think they would have trials for suicide, but I guess I'm wrong.
So she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room.
Hina?
And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
When did Hina leave the room?
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door.
Oh, right at the beginning.
Because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Did you really try to take the fall? Just to save her dignity?
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
You really need to stop screwing around with our crime scenes.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right?
That would have killed us all, though, in the
The
process.
footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument. Begin. This was such a convoluted one. It's fun, though. So Sakura... It's like... starts putting down notes. I get the notes. They're like, whoa, there's some notes here. This is the magazine. So, let's see. Did she go into the... That's the locker right there. That's when she sneaks out of the locker, I think. You already saw that one. Why do you always look like that? There's one I'm missing right here. It's not that one. We'll come back to that. So... Did I switch these up? I think that's you going into the locker. Alright. Unless that's you coming in through the door. So, okay, so he arrives. They share candy. It's like, whoa! I'm gonna murder you! It doesn't work too well. Shazam! And this is the night piece. It's like, oh damn. Got forged as evidence. Toko. She comes up, she reads the magazine. She puts it back, upside down. Then she wakes up, she's pissed. Makes her faint. Chance Jack comes out. I'm gonna smash another bottle on you. And get this piece. She cleans up. Sakura's still alive, gets up. Decides, you know what? Everyone hates me. Everyone's tried to kill me twice but failed. So I'm gonna off myself. The protein part comes later. Here, get the drink. Actually, no, this goes up front. He reads the note, it's like, no, I'm not going. We discover Sakura. Sakura's dead, and we're like, oh crap. Hina's like, you gotta hide the evidence. So there's only two more here. First she grabs this. She leaves, comes back, pulls this out. Reenact.
The killer is you!
Sakura.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya.
I think it's because like when you have two people bash balls over your head in a row, you start to think something's wrong.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
See, if Leon did that, he would maybe got off and not killed the first victim and lived.
Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
She could have just told everyone that she saw him. Oh no, she passed out.
But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out.
So there's still execution?
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Seems really gotta move his bottles.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
Only Sakura could kill Sakura.
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Actually, the motivation for Sakura committing suicide also is probably tied to the hostage.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Man, I look real cool.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to...
I'm smarter than you bastard.
How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Eat your despair.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
A. Is there anything higher than A? Guess not. Oh, damn, let's see. Oh boy, Monokuma coins!
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
So what happens in this situation, Monokuma?
Did you
I mean,
guys
Teddy.
forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I think from a writing perspective, they had this one be suicide, because we lost 2 people in the last one. Well, 3, technically. So they wanted to kind of like even out the number of 2 deaths per chapter.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Because if we had another execution, the cast would narrow a lot. And your combinations of who gets killed and killed, who's killing who's get killed, shrinks. So you like flip a coin and probably guess who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth. I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. Group
What
suicide.
are you thinking?
Hide the dishonor of Sakura forever. And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So when she said that earlier, she really meant it. So that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean... You were gonna take us all with you. We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. This is not what Sakura would have wanted, Hina. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand. Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You try to protect me. But because of me,
I can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three. You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
That technically did happen. Please don't think of things like that. You're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd push her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Hina, you came. Wait right there. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? How did you get so cleaned up afterwards, though? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. It could have been indirect censoring, too. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please! Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it, especially in the heart. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course, I know what she was thinking. Because her and me. No.
In other words,
Well, what I'm truly trying to say is...
yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Damn, Monokuma. That's cheating. Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura dressed Hina put in her room. What? Then... You lied to me.
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven up things a bit. Because you knew it was a suicide and you wanted to make it like a possible way of eliminating all of us.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally look at my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Kinda. The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay. And scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know. You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. It gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know,
Wow.
I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it for over 300
I
years.
couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such a despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on
So
me.
this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually would escalate to someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit
But
murder.
I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, a source of conflict among you all dies with me. And for that, I'm willing to give up my
If
life.
it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating
No
us.
way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you were trying to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll
I
see.
never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like, totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. You fool. Now we're driven to oppose you even more, and not kill each other. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hino with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
What?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends. We need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Even Byakuya's getting in on this. Like, you cheated anyway. Remember not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want? How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? No, he's backing me up. No, wait, no, let's see. This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean you're not a prick anymore? Don't misunderstand. Not like I like you or anything. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go, and if the Masterman turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's a moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. Wait, but Sakura's technically a killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just summon whatever old student I want. Did I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment. It'd be a shame to let go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Are you just gonna desecrate the corpse? No! No! Damn, you got found out fast. That's a really tough laptop, to be honest. You.
Oh no!
You suck, man. You turned into a mangled hunk of junk. Whew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grab a plate of chicken. After all, they say for a post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. Now I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
Gonna do
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. Anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up from my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him? It's like he's been killed twice.
What's the matter?
Huh? You're friends with a laptop. That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball. Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. This is what you call animism, where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using to analyze data. Well, it would have been pretty obvious. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew. And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was... I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward. In honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help, at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday, you will pay for this.
Ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, now to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript. Postscript?
What?
Postscript?
yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the delicate tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like to tell you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is... the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. I never worried and we've been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so the book club is dismissed for today. You altered our memories. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at you all for hardening your resolve. Fine. But at least Sakura's note. Like I ever let any greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
it sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach a school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? And you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard. Go back, Teddy. Maybe Sakura left us something. Maybe. Or they did something before they died. Those were his parting words to us, before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
Who?
Hey,
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plan a bomb on us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? No. That's Battle Royale. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So the class trial is over, and Monokuma's gone.
but...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there, other than to head back up?
Oh
Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. I think there's only 5 chapters. Going by the Chivos. There could be like a post-chapter though, like a semi-chapter 6. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
You mad? Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you have to plan to apologize? How about you make that last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone to apologize to me more than once.
sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Why are you blushing? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
A sleazeball?
What the heck?
I mean, he did say he liked fit girls. That's right. I called you a sleazeball. Because you are. Sleazeball.
See.
Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. What's a big twist in the post-chapter? And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. Ding, bing, bing, bong, bong. Shut up, Teddy. I'm tired of your antics. You cheated.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended, pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen in such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wait, who? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from my deep slumber to a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Who's there? Oh, Kyoko. Hi.
Kyoko?
How'd you get in here?
Yes, it's me.
Are we cool now?
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door! It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked. Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m. Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. Reaction! What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. That's kinda... If you took this pose out of context, it'd be like a different meaning. The data center on the 4th floor.
Goodbye.
What? I'll meet you there. Found out a word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through half of my half-dazed head. The data center. I thought it was locked. Sakura broke it down when she had the chance. I never mentioned that Sakura was gonna probably do something like that. Oh. I have to go out manually. And then we'll wait until the after-hours school and head for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I went up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Guess she may be inside already. I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it that Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh ho, what are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is clearly prohibited, don't you know? You just sent me up here to distract Monokuma. Oh, well, I just... You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But... I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or, are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko!
You too? You guys?
Whatever. The two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, Sue. Usually the one that's be shooing. Back to the shell realm. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Oh, hold on. Listen, what was it all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, like just like always,
Goodbye.
but... Well then, good night. Sure. And then, that was over. Guess I turned to leave. Really?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
So there is a ringer.
Watch out for her.
That's weird. To be continued. Oh, but wait, no, I don't want this.
Danganronpa.